Anyone remember the good old days when anything with the Marvel logo on it was anticipated because it was gonna be great? Ah, it's been a hot minute, hasn't it?
Earth's mightiest heroes have starred in dozens upon dozens of video games in the last 4 decades. The iconic web slinger's first interactive adventure dates back to the Spider-Man action game released on the Atari 2600.
Damn, I think I have even played this like one time at a friend's house. I don't remember, but this life system thing seems very familiar.
In 1982. That same decade also saw the Hulk and Captain America migrate to the world of gaming. However, an actual Avengers game would not hit the market until Data East shipped its
Honestly, this looks really good. But admittedly, why is Captain America fighting a Sentinel?
arcade beat 'em up Captain America and the Avengers in 1991. A range of mobile games.
Oh, boys, I'm not gonna lie. I absolutely love Scarlet Witch. She is at the top of my Marvel waifu list. Emma Frost, Scarlet Witch, Polaris, Kitty Pryde. Let's go, boys. Beat that list. You can't. And Scarlet Witch is definitely switching between the 1 and 3 positions constantly. 10 out of 10. And the fact that she is in all the movies played by an Olsen twin just makes it so much better for me. I'm not gonna lie. 10 out of 10.
Crossover titles and Lego branded experiences have since allowed players to assemble their favorite heroes. Yet, no title was expected to capture the weight of being an Avenger.
This game sucked. I remember this one. No one liked it. Everyone absolutely hated it. The player base for this dried up almost instantaneously because it was just absolute trash in pretty much anyone's and everyone's opinion. It was horrible in every way possible.
Quite like 2020's Marvel's Avengers. Alongside Marvel games, developer Crystal Dynamics and publisher Square Enix unveiled Marvel's Avengers during E3 2019, making promises that engendered high hopes for the quality of the project. Free and regular post-launch content updates counted among the selling points.
Woman Hawkeye? Okay.
As did the insistence that pay-to-win scenarios would have no place in the final product.
Sure, no pay-to-win scenarios, of course. Dude, we have moved so far from this. There was a time when companies actually told you what you should expect in the game and they tried to deliver what you should expect in the game. Nowadays, companies just literally flat out lie about what you will see in the game. If they say it's not gonna be pay to win, they're lying. 9 times out of 10 when a game like this launches, they are absolutely lying. If it has a multiplayer aspect, you can bet your bottom that there's gonna be some form of pay to win. You know, a company says there's not gonna be any pay to win. And they deliver on that. You know how they deliver on that? They do the sleazy route of, well, the launch happens, 2 days pass, oh, bam! Congratulations, here's your pay-to-win loot box that you should buy, and here's already, you have never seen its original price, but here's already a 20% off. Oh yes, that's how they do it. They just flat out lie. Because gaming companies at this point know that they're going to be absolutely destroyed in the PR sense if they say that their game is going to be instantaneously pay to win. Oh, is it going to have loot box with pay to win mechanics? Yes. Get destroyed, no one plays. At least if they lie from the start, they can get some poor saps in to play it, get addicted to it to a certain degree, and then they milk them like the whales that they are. That's what these companies do.
Within approximately 1 year of the Marvel's Avengers release on PC and consoles, Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix sat on the receiving end of furious backlash for backtracking on both promises.
Of course.
Platform-exclusive content, performance issues, and unwanted revisions to the core systems further...
Unwanted revisions? I kind of remember a little bit about this. They did an absolutely huge revision to the leveling up system. They made it worse, essentially. I don't remember what was the reasoning given, but man, they did something egregiously stupid. Their reason for revamping it was just ridiculously dumb and anti-consumer.
Further compounded the negative discourse that long plagued Marvel's Avengers. These shortcomings and myriad others hurt Square Enix's bottom line, too. While
Obviously.
Crystal Dynamics' commitment to improving the
Oh, and by the way, when a game flops as hard as Marvel's Avengers, you know what happens? The game usually flops because it's solely based around the idea that a person has a decent experience if they shill out hundreds after hundreds after hundreds of bucks on it. That's when you get the normal / good experience usually for crappy games like this. So people see it and they leave because they don't want to obviously do it. And then the company panics because the player numbers start crashing down and the revenue is starting to dry up. So, to fix the problem, they introduce new microtransactions to recuperate the losses they had. They don't understand. Companies literally are so bad nowadays that they don't understand the simple principle of make a good game and then sell something that is not on the nose by buying power, and people will buy it because it's a good product, they want to support it, and, well, maybe skins, for example. Lost Ark! Every single person in that game currently owns at least one skin, and a lot of people own all the skins. You know why? Because it's good! You just make a good product and then you sell cosmetics or something like that. And that's how you make the big bucks. Look at the League of Legends. Zero pay to win. Well, some skins are considered pay to win there, but zero real pay to win things, and it's making literally hundreds of millions every single time a popular skin gets released. It's insanity. And these games launch with the express intention of destroying themselves.
live service occasionally bore fruit. Some of the studio's efforts seemed exemplary of taking one step forward and 2 steps back.
Obviously.
This is the tragedy of Marvel's Avengers.
Oh no. Hello? Video?
Peter Quill.
Oh.
Peter Quill, wake up.
Damn.
Holy crap, Drax. You gotta stop doing this, man. It's weird.
We are approaching the quarantine zone.
Marvel's gaming vertical has always partnered with a variety of developers and publishers, striking out on some occasions, while hitting pay dirt after inking deals with the likes of PlayStation and Insomniac Games. According to Marvel Games Vice President and Creative Director Bill Roseman, the entertainment giant sought out cross-media collaborators who could reinterpret Marvel's stories and simultaneously uphold the brand's DNA. Crystal Dynamics is a...
Isn't that an oxymoron? How can you uphold existing principles while you explicitly seek someone to push the franchise in a new direction? I'm sorry, that just seems like extremely counterintuitive in my opinion.
Claimed reimagining of the Tomb Raider IP with its 2013 reboot accomplished as much with respect to Lara Croft.
I don't think people really saw that as a reimagining of Lara Croft. I think people saw that Tomb Raider game as how Lara Croft became who she was, not exactly a reimagining.
Inspiring Marvel's interest in teaming up with the Redwood City-based development house. The public first learned of such a deal in January 2017 when Marvel Entertainment and Square Enix jointly announced the Avengers Project, the tentative title for a superhero game produced by Crystal Dynamics in conjunction with Deus Ex developer Eidos Montreal. A 50-second
Deus Ex collaboration? Well, that's definitely gonna boost the popularity and hype.
teaser trailer accompanied the news, featuring imagery of Mjolnir, Captain America's shield, and bits of Iron Man's armor scattered in rubble. While the companies initially planned on sharing more details in 2018, the Avengers project wouldn't re-enter the limelight until E3 2019.
Okay.
And it did so in style, thanks to a lengthy presentation that began with Marvel's Avengers' now famous A-Day trailer, which offered a glimpse at the opening segment, wherein a celebration of the super team's new West Coast headquarters ends catastrophically for San Francisco. The reveal also featured the first mention of cooperative gameplay options and live service elements, touted as supplements to the story-driven single-player campaign.
Doesn't look that bad, but probably some of you have already noticed that the faces don't look anything like it. And that's because you don't have to pay royalties. They already paid royalties to create this game. Well, actually, maybe they were bought to make this game. Not sure which one. But Thor is not exactly the same as the actor who plays Thor. If you want to use the actor's likeness to be Thor, then you have to pay the actor royalties. That's why all of these characters look similar-ish to the characters that you know from the movies, but they're not exactly that, and that's intentional, because then they don't have to pay royalties.
Crystal Dynamics representatives preemptively mitigated any cause for concern, with one developer guaranteeing the title would never include...
Man, boys, look, have you ever seen a bigger cannon in your life? I'm not gonna lie, every single time I see a woman using the suit top on the shoulders, and it's not zipped, and the hands are not through the sleeves or anything even remotely looking like that, I instantaneously assume that trash.
One developer guaranteeing the title would never include random loot boxes or pay-to-win scenarios.
Obviously.
Although the E3 reveal went off without a hitch, Crystal Dynamics faced the slings and arrows of skepticism in the days following the announcement. Online reactions to the A-Day trailer suggested many were displeased with the designs of the confirmed playable characters: Captain America, Black Widow, Iron Man, the Hulk, and Thor. Lots of the criticism...
No shit, they don't look like the actors at all.
Revolved around each hero's uncanny similarities to their MCU counterpart, whereby the character designs looked close, but veered too far into the realm of cheap knockoffs.
Yeah.
The outcry didn't result in any immediate changes.
Also, this scene looks cheap, not gonna lie.
Yet every Avenger received subtle visual updates ahead of launch, with Black Widow's and Thor's character models undergoing the most drastic alterations. But the confirmation of microtransactions in Marvel's Avengers sounded the loudest alarm bells in terms of post-E3 2019 news. Creative director Sean Eskai shared cursory details in an IGN interview, teasing the custom outfits players could purchase through an in-game store. Eskai's assurance that all in-game purchases would purely serve aesthetic customization and hold no bearing on gameplay somewhat lessened the blow.
Did they sell a Black Widow bathing suit skin? Because that would print money.
The public's faith in Crystal Dynamics' ability to uphold such promises later faltered, however.
Obviously. It always does. It always does.
This video has been brought to you in part by Manscaped.
Oh, look at that. An ad. Do we skip it? Everyone knows what's Manscaped. If you don't want to make your balls a bloody disaster area, then use Manscaped with their 100% ball no cuts tools. Actually would be pretty good. I just use a straight razor to shave my balls, not gonna lie. And I never cut myself. How? Don't know. Magic ball sack, I'm kind of assuming, honestly, at this point.
Considered the developer's most ambitious project by head of studio Scott Amos, Marvel's Avengers proved a behemoth of a game to develop. As a result, 4 different teams served in support roles, namely Eidos Montreal, Nix's, Crystal Dynamics' Bellevue-based satellite Crystal Northwest, and Square Enix Japan's Tech Group. Amos told GamesIndustry.biz that the core team additionally had to adjust its production style by hiring top talent.
They had so much support, but the game was still a buggy mess when it launched, and the graphics were kind of like shit in a lot of places. Like, seriously, they had all this support and the game still looked kind of like a dumpster fire?
Talent from across the industry. Former Uncharted and The Last of Us developer Sean Eskai brought his narrative experience. Meanwhile, Call of Duty and Halo veteran Dave Fifield provided key insights regarding multiplayer. And lead combat designer Vince Napoli jumped on board after wrapping up God of War 2018.
Jumped on board after. after, so he could not actually do any... Okay, so if that guy was so big and he jumped on board after, that means all the core things were already there, and they just took him for name recognition.
Crystal Dynamics more or less assembled a dream team of its own to bring the Avengers to life like never before. Yet players would...
Man, that's a haughty, that's a haughty host. Look at that, boys. Nice. Suddenly I want to play Marvel's Avengers.
Never before. Yet players wouldn't get to experience the fruits of the studio's labor in May 2020 as planned. Months ahead of its originally scheduled due date, Crystal Dynamics delayed Marvel's Avengers to September 2020, citing a need for extra production time to ensure the final product met the high standards fans expected and deserved.
Damn, that does not look good at all.
The
What? Wait, did you see that? Look.
And deserved.
He literally clips through the floor because collision is bad. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This game had so many problems like that. Because it kind of looked good, but it kind of felt like a dumpster fire throughout for most people. Also, they started pushing random shit like Kamala Khan, you know, the superheroes that literally no one wants, you know? And Kamala Khan is like big and they want to push it extremely hot. There's a helicopter. I swear I don't live in the ghetto. There's literally 3 helicopter landing pads near my house. And when I say near, I mean like miles away, but you know, still. But anyway, Kamala Khan. Like, they push the most egregious shit. No one likes fucking Kamala Khan. Kamala Khan is lame. No one wants her. Everyone hates her. But of course she's gonna be pushed because Marvel's woke agenda of the female superheroes. And look at that, Kamala Khan. So strong, so independent, plus a Muslim. Oh, wow, amazing. Or whatever the fuck she was, I already have forgotten. You know, it's the same as Captain Marvel. Oh, Captain Marvel's the most overpowered thing in the MCU universe, canonically. God damn it. Do things like that and kill your game. Sure, go ahead. See if I care. See if anyone cares. We're just gonna leave the game and let it rot.
The news update, penned by co-heads of studios Scott Amos and Ron Rosenberg, expressed confidence that the resulting experience would prove well worth the wait. Critics and players alike called said confidence into question when the launch date finally arrived.
That actually looks pretty good, but, do you see this? Do you see this? Is this actually a part of the thing, or is this clip? I can't tell. It looks like clipping.
However, a few
Oh yeah, it definitely is clipping. No, it definitely is for a moment. And the sad part is, like, look at that attack. It feels meaty. The Hulk is running pretty good. I can feel the impact from here, you know? But it's just trash.
Were ruffled before then. Details concerning Spider-Man's PlayStation exclusivity, alongside an extensive breakdown of the in-game economy, raised a red flag or two in the weeks leading up to Marvel's Avengers. While Crystal Dynamics previously confirmed PlayStation bonuses such as early beta access and unique benefits, many argued Spider-Man was too significant of a character to lock to one platform. The Byzantine in-game economy and its
Oh jeez, that just looks sad. I'm not gonna lie, that just looks sad.
$10 hero-specific battle passes similarly caused a stir on the eve of the game's launch. Little did anyone know, such concerns would soon prove the least of the development studio's problems.
Okay, now it just looks and feels trash. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, it seems like they nailed down the Hulk part, though. Shit! LOL.
Mixed beta impressions the month ahead of release clouded the discourse surrounding Marvel's Avengers. Ultimately, the title's flawed September 2020 rollout on Google Stadia, PC, PS4, and Xbox One demonstrated why those who participated in the beta sessions walked away with reservations. The awe-inspiring visuals and finely crafted gameplay meshed well with the single-player story campaign, leaving Marvel's
Wow, so great.
Avengers players itching for more action. Yet the scarcity of
Is
more
that
action was
Taskmaster?
precisely the problem.
Oh, yeah, it literally says Taskmaster here. I'm an idiot, it's fine.
The loot-based endgame content felt sparse at best, its repetitive and dissatisfying live service offerings giving users few reasons to stick around long-term.
True.
And the range of performance issues and immersion-breaking bugs only exacerbated what had become a rather
Actually, wait, let's... Oh my god, look at this dude, and she's like, oh, please, look at that face. Please get me out. I don't want to be here. I don't want to look at him. Please. Oh, no, please. Oh, that's hilarious.
The performance issues and immersion-breaking bugs only exacerbated what had become a rather turbulent launch for one of the year's most eagerly anticipated games. Crystal Dynamics tackled a litany of errors shortly after launch, with the first major patch addressing over 1,000 known issues across all platforms.
1,000. Let that sink in. 1,000 issues. That's insane.
It resolved everything from graphical fixes and matchmaking bugs to combat hiccups and progression blocking glitches. These efforts did nothing to stall the mass exodus from Marvel's Avengers, evidenced by its Steam player count falling below 3,000.
The best part is, look at that. All-time peak. 30, not even 30K. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. Not even a month passed and it almost had no playership anymore. Absolutely 100% deserved. Absolutely. Rip in pieces. Rip in pepperoni, shitty game.
Before the end of September. By early October, the PC player base had dipped to sub 1,000 users, culminating in the rise of matchmaking difficulties. As interest in the live service waned, Scott Amos issued a statement claiming the development team's then upcoming plans would encourage users on PC and consoles to return in droves. A couple of noteworthy content delays followed soon after, though. Crystal Dynamics pushed Kate Bishop's arrival as a playable character to December, while the free PS5 and Xbox Series upgrades moved out of November and into early 2021. Marvel's Avengers shortcomings struck a mighty blow to Square Enix's pocketbooks, since the quarter in which the title launched saw the...
Okay, I'm gonna call this gas station Thor, because he looks like he works at a gas station but wasn't given his uniform yet, and he's like slowly learning the ropes on how the coffee machine works. Oh, Jesus.
The publisher reported a $62 million loss, with net sales down 30% compared to the previous quarter when Final Fantasy VII Remake hit the market. The company avoided the specifics, but games analyst David Gibson noted Marvel's Avengers only achieved 60% of its projected sales, amounting to an estimated 3 million units sold in the first month. Square Enix president Yosuke Matsuda later divulged in a November 2020 financial briefing that sales were lower than expected. By then, the Avengers game had even failed to recoup production costs.
By the way, I just want to mention from a financial standpoint, the game sales projections. All of those projections are so fucking bullshit. Those projections are literally based only on prior sales numbers from similar type of games, of similar products. That's it. Someone in the 10th grade could create a decent enough sales projection for any of these games, because that's all they do. They just look at the previous things. They don't even count hype. They don't even count anything. It's insane.
Matsuda believed ample content offerings would offset slow initial sales, but the growing pains continued well into 2021 and beyond.
Oh, hey!
Is she wearing cargo shorts?
What's up? What took you so long? Fighting robots? Ha! Me too.
After the Kate Bishop operation arrived in December 2020...
I'm sure it was received so well. I'm sure people loved that.
The next major update came threefold the following March. Hawkeye's Future Imperfect chapter and free next-gen upgrades for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series fulfilled post-launch promises that had long gone unsatisfied.
Bruh, hipster Tony Stark. He's gonna go create the next big NFT thing. Oh yeah, that's what we're gonna see. Oh my god, but he can't because he forgot his Starbucks coffee, and so He's sad and he's tweeting hashtag depressed.
For several months. The March 2021 update's XP nerf constituted the one change the vast majority of players did not appreciate. Dubbed a cosmetic and XP rework, the leveling overhaul increased the grind from...
That's what I mentioned at the start, because that was a huge deal. People were yelling and making fun about this thing so hard. It was an absolute disaster.
Level 25 up, requiring users to earn more XP before reaching the next level.
Yeah.
The amount of points needed to progress also increased as the 50th level drew nearer, ridding Marvel's Avengers of its original so-called straight-line leveling system. Because the new XP curve meant progression milestones took longer to achieve, many read the rework as a seedy attempt at artificially stimulating long...
Yeah, because there's no reason to doing that unless you're trying to force people to play the game or buy some kind of XP boost bullshit.
...periods of engagement. However, Crystal Dynamics claimed the pre-existing model complicated the game's pacing for newcomers, who felt they gained skill points...
Oh my god, yes, yes. This is the thing, I forgot what it was, but this was the absolute 10 out of 10 moron explanation. Oh, if the progression is so fast, then the new players will get confused by leveling up. It's good because, you know, gamers have never experienced that. You know, they're gonna have to read not 2 lines of text, but 2.5 lines of text. It's gonna be too much. We're gonna overload them. Their brains are just gonna melt and they're gonna lose. Oh my. That's so... Admit, the decision is stupid, but the fact that they said that, you know, we can't allow people to level too fast because that just puts too much pressure on understanding what's happening is insane.
The goal of the XP overhaul, then, rested in guaranteeing each investment of a skill point felt more meaningful. Similar reasoning applied to the March update's cosmetic review.
How about we introduce a new system that deepens the endgame power progression? How about we implement a new system that allows further customization of characters? Do you think people would like that? No, of course they would not. Just make the leveling longer so, you know, it feels, air quotes, more rewarding. Wow. You know a company is... You know a game is done when they do something like that.
Which made it so random cosmetic drops no longer occurred when players opened strong boxes.
Of course, the player pool dries up, and you need to milk as much money as possible, so you start doing stupid shit like this. The player pool starts to dry up even faster because you're doing stupid shit like this, and you implement even more predatory tactics to milk your player base even faster. It's essentially a never-ending loop of stupidity.
Completed missions or leveled up. As such, earning sufficient in-game units constituted the sole way to purchase previously unlocked items.
Who the fuck is that?
An adjustment the studio equated to providing more player agency and clarity. The ensuing backlash suggested users were displeased with all cosmetic and XP changes, regardless of the
No shit, they were. You make leveling take twice as long for no reward? Of course people are gonna hate it. You make it so people don't get cosmetics for free? Of course they're gonna hate. What did you expect?
Developer intent. Crystal Dynamics still tried explaining its decision post-Fallout, insisting player feedback inspired the XP nerf.
Obviously.
As far as the online community was concerned, Marvel's Avengers demanded fresh content, not a leveling overhaul. To the delight of fans, subsequent months introduced a...
Well, look at that. Now it's Roman Thor or something like that. I don't know. It looks like it looks like he's gonna be Brutus A2.
Host of in-game events, content updates, and the Black Panther starring War for Wakanda expansion, the latter of which garnered recognition as the highlight of Marvel's Avengers post-launch releases. But the advent of paid XP boosters in October 2020...
And here we go, the paid XP boosters, obviously. I said, it's the most obvious thing ever. It's the natural progression of these stupid, shitty, anti-consumer game designs.
halted forward momentum on what many believed had turned into the slow swell of a redemption arc for the live service. Notably, the in-game marketplace sold XP boosters as consumables, speeding up character progression in exchange for real money. Fans were quick to cite the E3 2019 presentation wherein developers proudly proclaimed...
This looks like it was pulled from an Unreal Engine 3 mod of Unreal Tournament 3.
Microtransactions
Amazing.
would remain exclusive to cosmetic items. Thus, less than a month after squandering player trust with the addition of XP boosters, Crystal Dynamics removed the offending consumables. Developers hope their response to the outcry marked the start of restoring community confidence in the Marvel's Avengers team. Several other snags further blemished the game.
I honestly don't think there is a point even in restoring the confidence of your player base. If your player base is literally like the last, I don't know, 100 people who have already bought literally everything because they just love the Marvel IP so much.
Games as a service adventure, though. For instance, the long-delayed PlayStation exclusive Spider-Man expansion lacked new story missions, despite previous teases suggesting otherwise. Gameplay director Philippe Thierry told IGN the decision spawned from a desire to dedicate most resources towards crafting content for all players, which begged the question of why Square Enix even inked an exclusivity deal with Sony. Mishaps with early 2022 updates further complicated the title's occasional bursts of rude health. Crystal Dynamics designed the War Table rework patch to ease the onboarding process for newcomers. However, PS5 crashing issues and the purposeful erasure of multiple mission chains overshadowed the update's well-meaning modifications. Whenever sizable title updates peeked over the horizon then, Marvel's Avengers players knew to prepare for the worst.
Nice. Seems legit.
End of the road, Clint. What a mess.
During an E3 2019 interview with GamesBeat, Square Enix president Yosuke Matsuda called Crystal Dynamics a good fit for Marvel's Avengers, given the...
You can see that the guy is not exactly enjoying himself. When someone swallows their saliva and does that pucker up lips little thing, that means that they're not comfortable. They are not enjoying what's happening, just from a body language perspective.
Dynamics a good fit for Marvel's Avengers, given the studio's pedigree in
Squinting
the
eyes,
action-adventure
laughing
genre.
fake. Yeah, it's
While
all
addressing
good.
shareholders in an annual report 2 years later, Matsuda admitted that disappointing performance of Marvel's Avengers emphasized the importance of...
By the way, if that's him admitting the disappointment that everyone has from Marvels, he really did not care about that. Like, wow.
matching developers with the types of games that befit previously demonstrated skills. The crew that spent over a decade exclusively producing Tomb Raider adventures had no business managing a multi-year live service experience. Marvel's Avengers shine the brightest in its single-player campaign. Building on the storytelling and gameplay strengths, Crystal Dynamics
it doesn't
improved
look
after
that bad,
years
though.
of serving as the
If you ignore, I don't know. Is this a glitch or no? I can't tell.
steward of Lara
I really can't tell.
Croft's legacy, and therein lies the ultimate misfortune. Crystal Dynamics did create a good Avengers game, one burdened by a demanding content model its developers were ill-equipped to elevate to the standards associated with the brand and the studio.
Dang. Dang.
Thank you for watching. We'd like to take this time to thank, by name, the
Yeah, and subscribe to my channel, not this channel. Admittedly, link down below if you're interested. Oh, but anyway, that's pretty insane. That is such a shit game, and everything about it was so shit. It's good that games like this fail, because then the next person who decides, wait a minute, we're gonna milk something that people like, they're gonna think twice. Anyway, thanks for watching, subscribe if you haven't already, bye-bye.